Hello guys, welcome to the latest battle report for Geeks 40k channel. We're having a rematch between Iron Hands and Orks this evening. Just got to round this up to show you in a second. Mission doing is the scouring, so we've got 6 objectives, all with different points, and mission objectives are in play. Okay, so the Ork army tonight, we've got my war boss on bike, taking Wasbag's war bike again. Got Pain Boy, and we've got the Big Mac. Always a must-have on my Ork bike, well, we're not bikers. Troops, got 12 boys in a truck, got 12 shooter boys, another 12 boys in their truck, they're all hard boys. Got 10 looters with a Big Mech and a custom Mega Blaster. Got a Death Dread and 3 killer cans.
So here's my Iron Hands army, heavy support Centurion Devastators with 2 heavy bolters, and the sergeant's got the grav cannon and grav amp with omniscope. 5 troops, the sergeant has a combi flamer and chainsword, and there's a plasma gun in that squad too, and they're in the Storm Raven. We have the Razorback, which has got the 5 Stern Guard, and it will have my HQ, the Librarian, in there. Next is the 5 troops, Sergeant with a Storm Bolter and Chainsword, and there's a missile launcher in that squad. Then Contemptor Dreadnought with 2 Carey's Pattern assault cannons, and then because Rich always likes to bring his bikes, so there's my Imperial Knight.
Ork deployment. First objective marker is there in that building right on the edge of the battlefield. Ork war bikers here ready to rev their way into the fight. 2 trucks with the boys in. Shooter boys on foot, because the second objective on the Ork side is there in that building in the middle of the board. You got your Death Dread on the edge of the back of the board. I've got my looters and my Big Mech, and then up here you got the 3 killer cans, and then you got the third and final objective marker.
Okay, so we've got the Iron Hands deployment here. So the Knight on this flank, some objective marker there in front of the Centurions. Contemptor in the middle. I've put an objective marker there right in the middle of the board. The Razorback has got the Stern Guard and Librarian in, and then a tactical squad holding that objective there. The Storm Raven is obviously in reserve.
Hey guys, so this is the board and this train that we've got on tonight. You've obviously just seen the deployment. There's Robin's Knight. I'm not sure how I'm going to deal with that one, but we'll cover that. So Robin rolled first, well, rolled and won to deploy first, and he chose to go second. So Orks start. Okay then guys, Ork movement, turn 1. So the bikes have moved up to the middle of the board. So the trucks, the Ork shooter boys here have ran up and secured their objective. The Death Dreads moved up, so have the 3 killer cans, and the looters have stayed where they are. Then guys, end of Ork shooting turn 1. The bikes opened fired on the tactical squad in there and killed 1. The big shooters inside the truck and the big shooters on the truck opened up on the Razorback, didn't hurt it. The boys here didn't do anything. The Death Dread opened a rocket up on the Centurions, but missed. The killer cans opened up with their custom Mega Blasters on the Knight and took 1 hull point off. The looters, there they are. The looters opened up on the Knight and took no hull points off it. But the big mech hit with his shock attack gun and took 3 hull points off it. So he's down to 2 hull points in turn 1.
Okay, so Iron Hands movement, the Knight moved up into the middle of the table there. Centurions just pushed up a little bit there, revealed the 2-point objective. Contemptor has moved just up 6 inches, just so he can get a line of sight on this side of the board. Also can cover this side if needs to be. Razorback moved up and is hull down behind the cover there. Sternguard disembarked into the building with the librarian, and this tactical squad remained where they are. Okay, Iron Hand shooting. The knight, with some help from the Centurions with the heavy bolters, shot into the looters and now running. The sergeant with the twin-linked, the grav and the grav amp, shot the Death Dread and glanced it to death. So that's first blood for the Iron Hands. The Contemptor Dreadnought shot one of the bikes, taking a wound off. And the Sternguard also shot into the bikes, taking just 1 wound. Yet again, Richard's legendary Jinx saves and feel no pain saved a lot more people than it should have. The tactical squad shot into the one of the trucks, bounced off it, and the Razorback also shot the truck but bounced off it.
Orks movement turn 2, the Killer Cans are moved up to try and take off the remaining 2 hull points from the Knights. The Looters failed their morale check and, well, ran off the board. The Big Mech has ran up behind the wrecked Death Dread for a bit of cover. Boys here have moved forward just to secure that objective. It's a little bit messy over here. Truck moved forward and the boys have jumped out. Hopefully going to try and get into assault with the Sternguard up there. The bikes have moved round and trying to go into combat with the Razorback, and the other truck has moved forward. The boys have jumped out and are hopefully going to go into combat with the guys up there. End of Orc turn 2 shooting. The Killer Cans opened up on the Knight and did nothing, as did the Big Mech. Rolled a 6 on his strength. It was a bit poor. Nothing from these guys down here. The guys down here, the boys and the truck, all opened fire on the Sternguard, and Robin saved everything. Exactly the same with the boys and the truck over here. He literally saved every roll. The bikes have taken 2 hull points off the Razorback and taken off the heavy bolters. Okay, so all close combat. The boys in the truck here failed to get, well, they got into combat and then got overwatched, so they were out of charge range because we lost the front 4. The bikers got into combat with the Razorback and destroyed it and blew it up. The boys over there failed to get into combat with the guys in that building there and got overwatched, but Robin didn't do anything with that.
So Iron Hand's movement, the Knight has moved from here into the middle, because Richard has quite nicely clustered his entire army in a very tight space, so rude not to shoot at that really. Centurions also want a piece of that, so they've walked around the corner to show off their heavy bolters, and so has the Contemptor Dreadnought with some nice Carey's pattern assault cannons. The Sternguard have moved off the top of the building, fallen back a little bit away from the bikes, and this tactical squad has remained stationary, and the Storm Ravens entered from reserve here to face off against the cannons. Okay, Iron Hand's shooting phase. Storm Raven came on, shot the first killer can, glanced it to death, and took a hull point off the second one. The Centurions shot all the boys here, pretty much wiping them out. The Knight had a lot of fun shooting into that big cluster as well, and took most of the Orks out there with the rapid fire battle cannon. It also really cockily, as it was strutting past the big mech that was behind that wreck there, shot him in the face, killed him. The Stern Guard put a few poison shots, hellfire shots into the bikes, taking out the first two. And the Contemptor took out a couple of bikes at the side of the unit there and wounded the Pain Boy. The Tactical Squad did some rapid fire shooting at the boys that were there, and they broke and run away. And that's pretty much it.
Movement turn 3. The Killer Cans have moved up, following the Knights behind. Truck with the Wrecking Ball is moving up on the Centurions. The other truck's following him up. It's pretty much do or die time for the Orks now. These guys have just failed their morale check for a second time and have run a little bit further across the board. And the Ork bikers are over here, about to stare down the Stern Guard on the Librarian. Ork combat phase. The Stern Guard actually overwatched at their normal ballistic skill because of misfortune. The war bikes took 2 wounds, so we lost 1 knob, and basically they completely wiped out the squad. There was a challenge made to the war boss by a guy with the power axe, sergeant with the power axe, but he didn't stand a chance. So there's 3 guys left over there, including the Pain Boy and the war boss, who are now making their way over to there.
Right, Iron Hands movement. The Knight moved from the middle of the board down to here to get a line of fire on the bikes. The Centurions hopped over the little barricade to do the same, get a line of fire on the rear of the bikes. The Contemptor has moved round the corner to tackle the trucks, the truck that's holding the objective in the centre there. Storm Raven has flown over again to tackle the trucks. And the Tactical Squad have just shuffled up to get in rapid fire range of these bikes there. Okay, so Iron Hands shooting. The Centurions pumped all their heavy bolters and hurricane bolters into the back of the knob bikes, which wiped them all out. The Centurion took out the Warlord. The Knight then shot across at the cans and just glanced those all to death. The Storm Raven blew up this truck, and the Contemptor that's just hiding down here glanced that truck to death. The Knight also fired stubber at the Orks, which were in the corner of that building there, and killed one of them. These Orks are still running away, so Richard has decided to concede, so Iron Hands victory.